Hello friends, this is Barbie Daly with Rural Life in the Valley. Welcome to Fairy Garden Thursday, hosted by Grandma Sandy, and our co-hosts are Sharon Shornagel, Sandy Lynn's Home and Garden, and myself. Well, I have two things that I want to share with you today. The first is this beautiful book. It's called The Enchanted World of Fairies and Elves. Now, this was gifted to me in a happy mail from my good friend Gina with Gina's Perfectly Imperfect Junk Journals. I will leave her channel name in the description box for you. She went to a thrift store and she saw this book. She knows that I like fairies. Of course, you know I do fairy gardens and I've done some fairy artwork. And so she thought of me and mailed it, this big, beautiful book. And it is a time and life book, I think. Let's see. There's a little card that she put in there for me, a little note. It's called The Enchanted World of Fairies and Elves. And this was by the editors of Time Life Books. And I believe it was a 1978 version. I looked in the back. They didn't have anything in the front here. But there is 4 chapters. Lands Behind Enchantment's Veil, Guardians of the Field and Forest, Of Fairy Raids and Mortal Missteps, and The Heart's Far-Carrying Call. And so what I'm going to do is just show you some pictures. There's beautiful pictures. There's a lot of writing, and I might read 1 or 2 short little sections. But you can see here, I want you to be able to see everything. Just beautiful graphics. And I'll try not to take too long. In fact, I have a few things marked. So this little section here, it says, from an underwater kingdom unfathomable to man, the Irish chieftain O'Donoghue, a willing exile from mortal world, rose with the May Day sun and galloped across the waters. To see him was an omen of good luck. I'll get that in a little closer for you. And let's see. I'll just show you real quickly a few of the pages. I'm not going to dwell on anything. I don't want to take time to do that, but it is a beautifully illustrated book. It says, in the moonlight of a summer's night, the stems of flowers served as winding staircase and many-colored moths as tiny soaring seeds. So this illustration I have seen. In fact, I think I took it off the internet for one of my fairy art pieces. And what it says is, if on a summer's night a light glittered on the grass of a meadow, wise mortals drew away. The light was a fairy ring of elfin dancers, and the man or maid who stepped within its glow would be imprisoned in their world. Chapter 4 was The Heart's Far-Carrying Call, and I think these are love stories. And this one, I just wanted to read you the top little portion here. Come out, he said. A trill of laughter was the only reply. Come out, called the night again. A woman stepped lightly onto the lane and stood before him. She seemed clothed with the dawn, for her draperies were the color of rose petals, and she was crowned with a cascade of fiery hair. She met the knight's stare with the green cat eyes, as shy as any forest creature, and in that instant the knight was lost. Every thought of king and country faded within that glaze. See this picture? Okay, and I have one more page. Just gonna show you some illustrations. This is called The Trials of a Charmed Passion. And then they have bibliography and picture credits. So I just wanted to share that and thank Gina. And for any of you who might be interested, I don't know, you could, where you would check, you know, this was found at a thrift store, maybe an old library, maybe online, but I thought it was really great. So thank you again, Gina. I really appreciate your thoughtfulness. And now we will get on to our fairy garden. Oh, I just wanted to say that Gina thought I might be able to use it in some of my like art journals or things like that. And I think that the illustrations are so beautiful. I don't know if I could cut up the book, but I could certainly make a copy of something. I would probably just use a small amount anyway. So anyway, I do have a book of Chinese fairy tales, and maybe one day when I do another fairy garden, I might just share a little bit of that. So thank you for watching this part, and like I said, let's get back to the fairy garden. I am making my fairy garden in my beautiful shamrock plant. I started to put it by the window on the sofa table, but it was way too bright. So this is where I started out. But then I decided to switch to my vanity, which is actually in my bathroom, but it has nice lighting there and you can see it clearly. So here's the process. I used an antique doily that I have, and then I added the plate because I put the pot on top of it. It's my beautiful shamrock plant. Beautiful flower. I just repotted it this spring and it's grown beautifully. We have a little turtle crawling up to see a gnome. This is a new gnome to me. I just bought it at a gift shop in a hospital this past week. Right here I've added a couple of fairies, and the little bird I also bought at a gift shop. And that's Harmony playing her harp for the bird. It's always nice to add a little bit of faux flowers, even if you're using a real live plant. The faux flowers bring a lot of color. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever in the world you are.